As part of a new segment, Titan News is highlighting accomplished professors on campus. For this week's professor, Diego Méndez-Carbajo, who turns to Ray Ryan in the field. Ray?
I'm here with Professor Diego Méndez-Carbajo, economics professor here on campus. First, congratulations on getting tenure. Can you tell us a little bit more about the process?
Really, tenure doesn't change much for you in this school. You don't get a huge salary raise. You may get no salary raise at all. Tenure means that you're up for a sabbatical. So within the next 2 years, I'll be taking a semester or a year off from teaching. But besides that, nothing much changes after you get tenure. Usually people tend to continue to do whatever they've been doing before they go out to tenure. So you've been active in conferences, publishing, doing those type of things. We'll continue to do that after you get tenure. It is very unusual to get people to produce as much, to publish as much, to get to as many conferences after they get tenure compared to previous years. You have to accumulate, you have to do, there's no specific number of publications at Western, there's no specific number of conferences that you have to attend, but you need to have a record of production before you go out. So generally, people cannot keep up that rhythm, that level, that production after they get tenure. It's a unique process. There's nothing like this anywhere else outside of academia. This idea of granting tenure and deciding now what's going to be your foreseeable professional future is quite unique.
I hear you're going to Madrid in 2008. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Spring of 2008.
Spring of 2008.
Knocking on wood. If the students are willing to go with me. Uni of Wisdom has two, they call them island programs, where Wesleyan students and Wesleyan faculty spend a semester abroad together, taking courses that are not normally or are not offered at Wesleyan. So there's one in London in the fall, there's one in spring, there's one in Madrid in the spring, and I'll be leading the Madrid program in the spring. I'll be teaching a course on my area of scholarly expertise, that is European economic integration, and the students will take 3 other courses on Spanish culture, art, political science, whatever is of interest.
The recent play Entering Unloved Sleep was inspired by nickel and dime. Can you go into more of the economic background of minimum wage in the U.S.?
That's a long question, or at least a short question with a long answer. I think minimum wage in the U.S. is very low. I don't think raising the minimum wage will create large volumes of unemployment at all. But I'm just giving you the one-sentence answer. I'm not backing this up with any figures, with any statistics, with any studies. There's been a couple of events on campus discussing minimum wage, specifically minimum wage laws, or the living wage, specifically in Bloomington Normal last semester, that discuss this with much more depth that I can go to.
Why do other countries, specifically Western European countries, have such a higher minimum wage than the U.S.?
Different political systems and different countries have different priorities. So the same way that, for the same reason that we don't have a universal healthcare publicly provided in the United States, we have lower minimum wage laws. So it all comes as part of a package. Heavily subsidized health systems also come with higher minimum wage laws. So it's the result. Your social welfare package come attached to the political priorities of the country. So in that regard, they all come somehow. As long as we don't have those sort of political priorities, we won't have that sort of economic or social welfare.
As a representative of the international community, can you talk about diversity, as diversity is supposed to be a pillar of Illinois Wesleyan?
Pillar? Meaning that we're built on that?
Yeah.
I don't think we're built on diversity. We would like to do diversity, but we're not built on diversity. Are we represented? I don't have figures with me, but there's a wide variety of countries representing the faculty. I think students tend to come from a narrower group of countries. But in terms of are we represented or not, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. We would like to see more diversity in international students. Yes, we would like to see more international students. Absolutely. How are we going to do that? Well, it takes promotion, it takes money, it always comes down to money, these kind of things. But that's absolutely diversity is an issue that after the last accreditation process was highlighted as one of the areas that we have to work. And the administration is committed to, seems to be committed to make that not an issue in the next accreditation cycle.
Is there anything else?
My answers have been pretty boring because your questions have been pretty deep. These are big issues. Minimum wage issues, diversity issues on campus.
Thank you for having this interview.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Ray.